Hey everyone, Sebastian Western here with another weather briefing for this week of December 8th, 2024. So the main weather story for this week is going to be the moderate to locally strong Santa Ana wind event that we're going to see early this week. But otherwise, we're going to see some low clouds returning tonight as we've seen the last few days, and some areas on the immediate coast and a little bit further inland we'll see some areas of patchy dense fog to look out for. Here's a quick view of UC San Diego looking southwest towards La Jolla Shores. You can see the fog or the low cloud deck starting to make its way further inland, which it will eventually make its way all the way to areas in and around I-15 by tonight. And eventually it will manifest itself as areas of patchy dense fog where visibilities may be reduced to a half mile or less. So that's something to be careful of tonight and during the commute early tomorrow morning. Eventually, by mid morning, the Santa Ana winds will pick up and the dry air will start to mix out the clouds, where we will remain sunny all the way to the coast for the rest of the day. Here's a look at the synoptic picture for this week. We can see that there is a shortwave trough digging into Oregon and Washington on Monday, and eventually will dig far enough south down into the southern Great Plains and the southern Rockies, where we start to tighten up our pressure gradients between the Intermountain West, the Great Basin, and coastal California. And how we'll see that manifested is through our east northeast Santa Ana winds that we'll get starting Monday afternoon, peaking on Tuesday, and then eventually weakening Wednesday as the trough eventually moves its way eastward into the eastern U.S. Now, if you live in the LA basin or if you live in San Diego proper, you're going to be wondering where exactly are these gusty Santa Ana winds? And like other Santa Ana wind events, it just so happens that the city of San Diego and the LA basin happen to be in areas that are more uh, sheltered or less wind prone from Santa Ana winds specifically. And so, while if you live in one of these two cities, you might experience only a slight breeze and the air getting a lot drier. For most of the rest of the region, winds will be pretty consequential. Gusts will be anywhere from 30 to 50 miles an hour in most other locations, so that being uh, Orange County, the Inland Empire, and many areas inland in San Diego County. And then for some of the more wind-prone areas, um, western-facing slopes, and wind-prone valleys and canyons, you could see gusts from 50 to 70 miles an hour. So that's definitely going to be notable for communities that live in these areas. On top of that, by Tuesday, our relative humidities will drop pretty significantly for a lot of areas in the teens, and then critically low for the Inland Empire and some foothill locations that could see relative humidity values anywhere between 5 and 10%. And so as a result, we have a red flag warning that's going to be in effect from tomorrow at 10 a.m. So that's 10 a.m. Monday through 4 a.m. Wednesday. So that's going to be almost 48 hours of under red flag warning for most areas inland of the immediate coast all the way to the mountains. So that would include inland Orange County, the Santa Ana Mountains, San Bernardino County Mountains, the Riverside County Mountains, the entirety of the Inland Empire, and most areas east of I-15 in San Diego County all the way up to the mountains. So when we have situations like this where there's a combination of very gusty winds for a lot of these communities, 35 to 50 mile an hour gusts, and then up to 70 mile an hour gusts in the windier prone areas, in combination of the critically low relative humidities down to 5 to 10%, we worry about things like the rapid spread of fire upon ignition. And so things to consider, make sure that there is enough defensible space between residences, and that you take any fire weather precautions that are necessary with conditions like this. Now looking out beyond this coming week's forecast, if you are looking for us to get going on our rainy season that's gotten off to already a very slow start, unfortunately it looks like we're going to remain pretty dry, not only from the 1 to 2 week period, but then also in the 3 to 4 week period. So it's possible that we remain pretty dry all the way out until the new year. So expect conditions in Southern California to continue to remain dry and also above average for the foreseeable future, at least until the new year. Thanks for watching, and make sure to follow us on social media.